Hello and welcome back to the Power Play Podcast. I'm your host, Jaeden Smith. I'm here with Holden Beers, Drew Kirby, and a new co-host, Mason Flores. And today we're going to be talking about the NFL, we're going to talk about the Olympics, and we're even going to get a little bit into the basketball. But first, let's start with the Olympics. What do you guys think of the Olympics? I'm going to start with you, Holden.
I thought it was pretty good, actually, the way they did it this year, and especially with how I'm more of a basketball guy, how the USA team for basketball came together this year after what Noah Lyles said. And credit to Noah Lyles and his events. He did great getting that gold medal in the 100-meter. But the way the basketball team came together this summer was pretty inspiring to, I think, the younger generation when it comes to basketball and worldwide, not just the U.S., the way the team was able to work together when they've never really played together.
I think we'll never see anything like that ever again. And the people of America, we really got to stop acting like that isn't the biggest deal in all of sports, because we will never see another trio like Steph Curry, LeBron James, and Kevin Durant. We will never see it again. And maybe LeBron still has the magic stuff and he keeps drinking it and he can play another 4 years. But
Magic juice?
yeah, he's got the magic stuff. He's got
I like
the
that.
magic juice. So
Yeah. So, you had something to say. What was you going to say?
About what?
Just
I mean, I think you hit it on the dot with LeBron. I mean, he just keeps going at 40 years old. It's pretty easily. Yeah, I think he's got to be the GOAT at this point.
100%.
I mean, you guys know I've been a LeBron fan forever, and just watching him hoop out there with his rivals like Curry and KD, like you said. I mean, it was just awesome to see it as a basketball fan, and I am very excited to see where we go from here after this generation of players that we've been watching for the past 10 years.
Okay, so speaking of this new generation, who do you guys think is going to be on the 2028 Olympic roster?
Oh, I know who our starting point guard will be.
It's not going to be.
That is the best point guard in the nation by 2028. It's going to be Tyrese Halliburton, who is the perfect point guard for FIBA basketball. I mean, he's just so unselfish. He's not going to be like some of the other point guards. Like, I've heard Jalen Brunson be in the mix. I've heard Trae Young. And they're gonna want the ball. They're gonna want to shoot.
Yeah.
Tyrese Halliburton is not like that. He's gonna get all his teammates the best shot available. And he was on the team last year. He's been playing FIBA basketball since he was 16. He's our starting point guard. He's Captain America.
He was benched, though, for like the whole Olympics.
He was, but he was young.
And I think if Brunson's on the
play.
team, Brunson takes over the spot.
I have to agree with Drew on this one, because even the limited time that Tyrese had, he was the most giving player on the court, if that makes sense. He's giving everybody the shots, and we're gonna have Anthony Edwards getting back into the 2028 roster. I think Anthony Edwards obviously will have a huge role if Steve Kerr isn't coaching, which I heard he stepped back. I think yesterday he announced that he's not.
Probably because Curry won't be on the team.
And we got Coach Spo.
Yeah.
And Coach Ty Lue. Ty Lue, I think, is an overrated coach, but we won't get into that. Tyronn Lue.
Oh,
I think he's an overrated coach. He's always had good players.
They also had was it the Gonzaga head coach as an assistant coach, I believe?
Yeah, I don't know his name, but I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
But
yeah, who else do y'all think is going to be on the roster?
Well, I just want to think about the future GOAT of basketball. That is Anthony Edwards.
Okay.
I truly believe just the way he carries himself as a player, the way he carries himself on the court and off the court. On the court, he's Michael Jordan. Off the court, he's James Harden in the clubs. So I just feel like the way he carries himself and how he plays ball, I feel like he's great at it.
you didn't hear that he might not play for 2028 though?
But if he's in the right mind, no, I thought he didn't want to play.
FIBA.
Yeah, it was FIBA. Yeah, it was
But
FIBA.
the
Yeah.
Olympics, he'll be most definitely he'll be back.
Makes sense.
I think a huge player could also be Devin Booker in 2028.
Yeah,
for sure.
He'll be the balled out this year.
He'll be a veteran that year, and he'll be a number one.
He's a veteran already.
No,
He's going into
man,
year 10.
it's
And
crazy.
Which is
when it comes to the
wild think about.
bigs too, they'll probably have Chet on that team with
Chet.
Bam.
Anthony Davis will still probably be around if he's
Yeah.
healthy.
Maybe.
Possibly.
I know he's always hurt.
He'll be
Yeah.
what? He'll be 33. What is he?
think he's like
34.
31.
He's 31 right
Hey.
now. So
Hear me out. KD's on the team.
As like what? Like
39-year-old.
real minutes?
you know what else
Hey,
does KD have
he's
to
a
do?
true hooper. He might
He'll
play.
play.
What
He'll
about
play.
Tatum?
Yeah,
You don't like
I
what you saw
forgot.
from Tatum?
He didn't get to play. He didn't get to
Yeah.
play.
That's why Coach Curry's not coaching.
Yeah, get him out of here. Warriors fans, there's going to be a lot of local Warriors fans watching. I know that. Warriors fans, listen to me. I don't like y'all. Simple as that.
Okay.
Warriors fans, you know what? I'll give y'all something. When I got to watch Stephen Wardell Curry, this Olympic run was, I've never felt so like excited to watch basketball in my entire life. Why have I been gatekeeped this whole time? Because Steve Kerr is a terrible coach. Warriors fans will tell you. And now I will tell you, because that was the worst coaching ever. But Curry, just having that man on my team that I get to root for, best feeling I can ever ask
Felt
for.
good cheering for him, didn't
For
it?
sure,
Especially on
100%.
that-
He had those 4 threes.
Yeah, that
Oh my
last
gosh.
shot was insane.
It was
Warriors
crazy. Yeah, I know.
Had him since 2015, man.
No, it's a great feeling,
Won
you know.
4 championships, man.
Yeah.
I wish. And it did a lot for the city of not just San Francisco, but Oakland. I guarantee people in Indiana didn't know what Oakland, California was before those championships. I promise you that. He did a lot for the city.
Yeah, no, he did.
Steph Curry did a lot for the city. So
Was there a game in particular for you guys that was like your favorite watching?
I think the Serbia game.
I was
Yeah,
about to say
me
the
too.
same thing, that Serbia
Yeah.
game. I was going to say, what is the other dude, number 7 on Serbia?
Bogdan.
Bogdanovic.
Bogdanovic, yeah.
When he did the little 3 to the head, like
Yeah, to Carmelo,
Like
yeah.
Melo.
Then
Melo.
LeBron saw what happened. I feel like LeBron is like, you can't do that to my hazy Melo, favorite color
Yeah.
yellow Melo.
Yeah.
You can't do that to him. And the GOAT that is LeBron
Yeah.
just awoken and
100%.
took over the game.
And Curry, he saw him do the 3 to the head, and he was
Yeah.
like, I gotta do that back to him.
I think the most underrated game of the Olympics, though, was that South Sudan USA game. It was,
The
granted, it didn't count,
Yeah.
but it was an exhibition game, and that was just amazing. The story behind South Sudan and how they don't have any, which can't be true anymore. But the story was that they don't have any indoor basketball courts.
Yeah.
But they'll have some indoor basketball courts by 2028. So
I believe so.
shout out Lil Deng. Shout out Lil
Yeah,
Deng,
yeah.
I was
who
gonna say,
sparked
yeah.
that whole run. Like, players clearly care for their country, and gotta respect it.
Yeah.
I just wanted to add, both of you think LeBron's the GOAT, correct?
100%.
So,
Without a doubt.
so in one of the games, I think it was the last game, there was a player on France that, I don't know. Do you want to tell me what happened?
You talking about the AI generated thing?
I don't know
Yeah.
what you're talking about, actually.
I thought that was
I
fake.
think it's Photoshop.
It was
Yeah.
Photoshop?
Yeah, it's Photoshop.
Yeah.
Well, we have the photo right here. No, I'm just kidding.
No. I don't recall any dunk where whoever, I don't know that nobody. No disrespect.
He actually just got
He
signed.
just
I
got
did see
signed.
that,
2
yeah.
million
But
for 1 year.
LeBron
Yeah.
he'll never get dunked on. So it's like, he would never, it won't ever happen. It's just, that's fake stuff. It's
But
fake
it,
stuff.
it happened, man. I mean,
Kind
You
of
know what?
shows
He's
that
40.
it kind of shows that all you have to do is dunk on LeBron, and you get an NBA
But
contract.
the
though.
thing is that he didn't dunk on LeBron. I don't know what we're talking about right now. Like, he didn't dunk on my glorious king. Like, he didn't dunk on LeBron. He didn't dunk on LeBron.
What else did you guys watch for the Olympics?
So, I was really just impressed about this new competition that was held in the Olympics. Breakdancing?
I heard about it. I didn't watch it though.
I heard it got removed actually.
So,
Yo,
for
shout out
you,
to the dancers. Shout out to the dancers.
shout out Australia.
Yeah, they.
With the little,
What they
what
do?
was that? I like that. You didn't
I didn't see it.
Never
No.
mind.
You didn't see any of it?
I didn't know. I heard about it, but I didn't
You
see like a
missed
clip
out
of
on
it.
Yeah.
the greatest breakdancing you have ever seen in the world.
Well,
It's a shame they
that's
removed it.
I think the best event by far was track and field.
Of
Track,
course.
all the storylines behind Noah Lyles and Team USA and the dominance and the newly found dominance, and especially if you were an NBA fan, you were either hate watching or you were just enjoying it. But I think a lot of NBA fans were hate watching
I was
Noah Lyles.
I was hate watching. He's a little annoying.
He's
for me.
cocky. He's
You know,
cocky.
like super, but I get it. He backs it up. But
Yeah.
he got bronze on the 200 meter, right?
But
Which
he
is
had
like his-
COVID.
But he had COVID. He had a little excuse.
Supposedly.
And then went to the
And then he
club,
went to
but-
the party right
Yeah.
after.
He
went to the
Come
club
on.
right after?
Noah Lyles, you're not slick. You're not slick. We'll let you slide a little bit. And don't talk about Anthony Edwards like that. Don't
Yeah, that was weird. That's-
don't talk about Anthony Edwards like that. What are we doing here, bro?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
No,
just-
he needed a little excuse. Get him a little hyped up a little bit. You know how Noah Lyles is. So
Yeah. No, my favorite thing to watch was handball. Didn't you guys
Handball?
tune into handball?
that was actually dope.
Handball
Yeah,
was
Oh,
I did
awesome.
not
I
see
really-
that.
Throwing the
Yeah,
ball?
Solano
cool.
needs a handball team.
That'd be
It
cool.
was. I would try out. I think out of all
I'm
the
about
Olympic,
to tear an ACL just thinking about trying to play that. But, hey,
maybe out of all the Olympic sports, I think the easiest one to go pro in is handball.
No,
You don't think so?
no.
I mean, what else?
Breakdancing.
Breakdancing.
You saw what happened in break.
You
didn't get to
think
win
you go
it.
pro
I don't
in
think there's
breakdancing?
professional
After what I saw, I
breakdancing.
think I can.
Why
yeah.
did- who won it?
but-
Australia, right?
Australia
Yeah.
lost.
Oh, they lost?
It was last place.
Yeah.
Oh.
That was the little.
My bad.
Who won it?
I think it was either Japan. I think might have won it, but that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Flag football is the next.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's a great. I love that. What do you guys think about the potential of flag football becoming just a part of the Olympics forever?
I think it could spread as a global game, not just in the U.S. By adding it to the Olympics, you spread it to across the world because there's going to be other teams that want to try out the
sure.
flag football and challenge the U.S. Whether the U.S. has Tyreek Hill as a receiver, which
Yeah.
I did see the flag football starting quarterback talked about how disrespectful NFL players are when it comes to automatically thinking they're getting the spot, but I didn't even know we had an official flag football
Yeah, I didn't
thing
either.
until that dude even spoke about it. But they're NFL. Why would we not have our best guys who play football
Yeah.
play in the flag football? Even though I do think that flag football can be a problem because it's not football,
yeah,
but flag football is more accessible for countries and it's not as much money.
Definitely.
So
I
think
agree.
that's why they did
I
that.
feel like it's a great gateway to football for a lot
sure.
of people, especially with different countries and overseas. It's gonna be great for people to hey, I want to
100%.
potentially get to the NFL.
Yeah.
Flag football is right there for them.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. You're not gonna just throw in football at a random country and give them
Yeah.
pads and helmets and everything. You got
Yeah.
to ease your way into it. So
sure.
I agree with all you guys. I think it's a great gateway.
It's gonna be incredible to watch because I just want to see Patrick Mahomes throw it down to Tyreek Hill one more time. So,
It would be nice.
but 2028 is it's 4 years away. We don't know who's gonna be playing in it.
It's time for it.
So,
It's
Yeah.
time for it.
Yeah.
He'll still be Mahomes though. He'll still be best
No.
quarterback.
No, Brock
in the
Purdy.
league.
All right, that's a great transition over to the NFL segment of the show. What do you guys think of your upcoming schedules? I know you're a Bears fan,
Yes,
and
sir.
we're all Niner fans on this
Yeah.
side. So I'm gonna start with you since you're a Bears fan. What do you think about your upcoming schedule?
Well, I think we start off hot. I think the Bears are going to start off running out the gate because of how our schedule is configured. All of our division games are after week 12, I believe, or after week 11. I think by entering the bye week, I think it's week 10, we'll be 7-2, 7-3.
You think so?
I think
Wow.
so because we're gonna start off hot. We're gonna. I think we'll lose. We might lose 3 straight games to start off because we start with Tennessee, then Houston, then the Colts, then the Rams, and then that's where it starts to get a little easier after that. Then it's the Panthers, then it's the Cardinals, then it's the Patriots, then Washington. We get a lot of rookie quarterbacks, which I'm glad the NFL did that. We get to hopefully see Drake May and Jaden Daniels, which a lot of people are high on, but I'm not too high on Jaden Daniels, but he's a highlight reel, so can't even.
I think
Nothing.
Jaden Daniels has potential to get Offensive Rookie of the Year.
That's a
With how stacked the class is, I know it sounds crazy, but him with Terry McLaurin at receiver, I think that could be a lethal duo this season. And plus, he's experienced, so it's not like he's gonna have to try super hard to ease his way into the NFL.
There's just too much good rookies this year. I mean, Caleb, obviously, and then Marvin
Harrison,
I mean,
yeah.
that might be my
With
pick.
Kyler Murray.
He's
Yeah.
going to a great situation there.
Yeah.
Well, I still believe in Kyler. a
Me
lot.
too.
Yeah, I do
So-
too. Yeah.
So
I think
I
that'd
think
be
for
nice.
my pick for Rookie of the Year, I'm not a fan. True and true. Frank Gore Jr. I think he is gonna. I forget what team he's on. It don't matter. Don't matter. Frank Gore Jr. Rookie of the Year. I'm taking the under.
I didn't even know he got drafted.
That's how you know he's the GOAT.
That's how
Where
I know
did he
he's
get
That
drafted?
doesn't make sense.
What are his odds? Is he even like?
He's
Does he even
probably
have
not
odds to
even-
bet on?
He's
to
not
win
even
it?
a starting running back on his team.
I'm a bet on him anyway. So-
I think serious. Obviously it's gonna be Caleb Williams. He's got the best situation. I understand the Jaden Daniels take because of the experience or whatever, but college experience is college. Like I feel like NFL scouts will go for they're not going for wins or anything like that. I think they're going for talent. And Jaden Daniels has talent, but can he even stay healthy till week 10? Because of the hits he takes, he's super skinny. Caleb Williams has, I believe, a better O-line, better receivers, and a better scheme around him. I think Jaden Daniels will probably start out quicker and faster than Caleb, but I think by the end of it, Caleb will show. And the record matters because I don't think they're going to win a lot of games. So
I'm glad you brought up the O-line because I think it's leagues and miles different. I think Caleb has a much better O-line.
100%.
Commanders, their O-line is horrible. I thought they were going to draft at least one. I don't think they took an O-lineman this year until like the 6th or something. So, and then when he was in LSU, I mean, he took a lot of sacks.
Yeah.
And he had a great O-line. And now you want him to go to one of the worst O-lines in the NFL.
Yeah.
And you want him to produce? I don't see it happening.
I mean, he won a Heisman with a mid O-line.
Yeah.
And he had Neighbors at receiver, but that's about it.
I thought they were better than mid.
Didn't he have Kayshon Boutte? Right? Kayshon.
I think I
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
I think he did.
Yeah. But how do you guys think about the Niners? How do you think the Niners are going to do this season? Go back to Super Bowl?
I think we're going back to the Super Bowl. I just feel like our biggest problem is just our injuries. And right now, our problem is just contracts. I know our contracts are just a little struggle-ish, especially with Trent Williams and Brandon Ayuk. I just want to say this about Brandon Ayuk. Why not just take the $2 million, $3 million pay cut and potentially go back to the Super Bowl, win the Super Bowl, get paid a lot next year, but you're mad about that $2 million? I hate that.
Yeah.
I also want to say that if we traded him to the Raiders, we could have got Devontae Adams. And I was so happy that we could have got Devontae Adams.
I mean, maybe.
I don't think we would have got.
That's a big.
Now we could have gotten Amari Cooper.
Yeah. I don't know why.
Niners with Amari Cooper would have been, and Deebo on the team as well.
Tough.
Yeah.
You didn't want to.
Yeah, you're not going to miss. I'm not saying Amari Cooper's the same receiver, but you're going to get the similar production because you're not getting Ayuk that many targets anyways. You got so many mouths to feed. And personally, I don't think you're going to hurt too much. Yet, granted, he's probably a top 10 receiver in the league, Brandon Ayuk. You're not going to miss much. You have Christian McCaffrey, Deebo Samuel, if he stays healthy, and George Kittle. Like, you'll be fine. And I do like Ricky Purcell. Yeah, I like him a lot. If he can stay on the field. I heard he's got some injury issues, but I do believe in the Niners.
I do believe they say there's the potential he'll show up week 1 against the Jets. Yeah. But I feel like I agree it's going to be a nice one for us.
Yeah.
I don't think going back to Super Bowl, though.
Why not?
NFC's weak, but there's so many up-and-coming teams. The NFC North, a lot of bias here from the Bears fan, but not just Bears. Green Bay Packers, they just gave y'all a fight. They just gave y'all a fight with a weaker Packers team last year. I think they got stronger this year. I think their receivers are going to develop. I'm a really big Dontavion Wicks guy. I think that the Packers are gonna succeed a lot. We're gonna get into division winners in a minute, but I think and the Lions, of course, but I think the Lions are gonna fall off personally.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
Why is that?
We can get into it when with the division picks. Who are y'all picking for the divisions?
What are we starting with?
Let's start with the NFC North. Let's start off with the NFC North because I already brought it up.
I'll let you lead up since you're talking big on the NFC North. Talk big.
So. First, I think the last team in the division, the Minnesota Vikings. They're clearly in rebuild mode. They got Justin Jefferson still. I think their defense will fall off a little bit, but their quarterback situation. I do think Sam Darnold he'll have some like 300, 400-yard games. He'll have some time. He'll have the Joshua Dobbs. He'll have the Josh Dobbs run. Have the little Linsanity run, as we like to call it, but they're just not that strong of a team. They're rebuilding. I think they're a year away from being a year away. So, and then third team, I think it'll be the Detroit Lions. I think this is the craziest take I have, but I think Jared Goff is not going to play as well. I think the Lions fans are getting really cocky now in Detroit. They think they're going to, go to the Super Bowl. We're up 3 touchdowns to the Niners, but people have fluke years. Granted, they did have 2 pretty strong years back to back, but I don't believe in their quarterback that much. And I think that the teams around them in the division got way better in the offseason. So, and then second, I have my Chicago Bears. It's crazy coming from a Bears fan, but I actually have logical hope this season because of our weapons. I'm not going to talk too much about the Bears, but I do think that the supporting cast around us is just so good and our defense ended off so well that we got to be good. And then Green Bay Packers. I'm a Bears fan, so I hate the Packers, but can't lie.
I'm talking a big game for them.
I think the Packers are going to be good. I think the Packers with Jordan Love are going to be good. I hope that they're going to be bad, but I do believe that the Packers will win the division with 13 wins. I think they're going to win 13 games. We'll get 1 game. The Bears will get 1 game. Everybody needs to listen. We're getting 1 game this year. This is the end of the streak.
I'm just thinking about, what is it, week 10, after week 10 for y'all? All the division games y'all have to go through?
Yeah, back to back to back.
That's what I'm just thinking that. That's probably going to hurt that schedule.
You never know.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking of.
we were 3 possessions away from beating the Lions. We were up by 2 scores with 5 minutes left, and we choked. And then we beat them. We destroyed them in the second game. So, and that was with a worse roster and a worse quarterback and a worse coordinator. So, and we always had the Lions in order. Lions fans, don't lie. Come on. But Packers are still going to be good. But yeah, I am scared of those division games for sure.
I think it's all right. I think you're way too low on the Lions, though. That's my pick to win NFC North. They really brought in they brought in DJ Reader, who is one of the best
really
run defensive tackles, and they already have a great run defense.
Sure. And
they brought back Ben Johnson, who is like a huge addition. I mean, they would really plummet without Ben Johnson. Now that they brought him back, I still have faith in their offense. The defense is going to be better. I think they're going to be top of the NFC North. But
I respect it.
I do think the Packers are a close second. They're young, a lot of talent. I mean, we saw them last year. We know what they're going to do this year. They're going to be nice.
I do think the Lions are going to stay, pretty top tier in the NFC. But I agree with also on how the Packers are going to win the division. Because Jordan Love, he's going to progress. The receivers are getting better. They have Josh Jacobs.
Yeah.
And that defense also got better. And they still have an offensive-minded head coach that knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
And personally, I think I don't like to say the Bears get third in the division because I do think they're going to have a strong year. But it's a tough division now with Caleb Williams. You still have Jared Goff with the supporting cast of Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery, Jameson Williams, who I'm also very high on this year, and Laporta as well. And then you also have Jordan Love, who's just had a career year last year, and he's only going to get better because he's
First
so
year
young.
starting too. First year starting. This is 2nd year now.
Yeah.
So I am a Jordan Love believer, even though I don't like the Packers, but I can't lie. I'm not going to lie. I think the Packers are going to – actually, I think they're going to run away with the division. They're going to be 3 games ahead of the Bears, which I have second, but yeah. All right, what about the NFC East? What do you guys think about the NFC East?
Giants dead last.
Giants dead last?
Yeah.
I don't know. I might go Commanders under them.
Really?
I think I have to agree with you. I feel like the Commanders are dead last.
I don't know.
Feeling the Commanders dead last.
Wow. Giants, they got a decently solid defense. I mean, their secondary was okay. They took a hit with Xavier McKinney
leaving.
And went to the Packers.
But
they brought in who they bring in? Panthers guy.
Brian Burns.
Thank you, Brian Burns.
Yeah.
They have a good D-line.
They have the best D-line in the league. Top 1. Sexy Dexy. Dexter Morris?
It's just Dexter and Brian Burns.
It's Dexter, Brian Burns, and Kayvon Thibodeau.
Yeah, that's nice.
I think Kayvon Thibodeau would have a strong lead. I'm a big believer.
It's not top one though.
Who else?
I got the Niners D-line still.
You still know one?
I got the Cowboys D-line too.
Above. I don't know. We'll have to see. I think there's more proven D-lines. We'll have to see with the Giants, but I think they're last in the division. Clearly.
Yeah.
Clearly.
I don't think
their quarterback play is going to be terrible.
Yeah.
Malik Neighbors is. I do think Jalen Hyatt is going to be a pretty decent deep threat, but Malik Neighbors isn't going to have that much help with Daniel Jones in the running game. And their young running back has done pretty well in the preseason. I think he's good. What was his name? He was good though. He was decent, but I think it's got to be the Giants last in the
So is the Giants solidified on Daniel Jones? Because I know they
Yeah.
have
The
They're
Hard
really-
Knocks
yeah.
seemed like they did.
Yeah.
pretty
but-
solidified. Because I know
This
they have.
is like his last chance, I
Last
think.
chance?
Yeah.
Really? Well,
Yeah, I don't know about this one, but who do you think are the top 2 teams? So obviously Eagles and Cowboys.
I think Eagles still at number one.
Number
I think
one.
Cowboys, they're not going to be as good
I
this
agree.
year. I think they're starting their downfall.
I mean,
CeeDee
I feel
Lamb
like they always,
situation.
there's always
Yeah.
a downfall with the Cowboys. That's I always
Yeah.
feel like there was.
Yeah.
So-
It's gotta be the Eagles. It's gonna be the Eagles.
Yeah.
It's just hard with the Cowboys.
Yeah, I mean,
They try to bring back Ezekiel Elliott to bring back the vibes. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Come on.
He's their only running back on the roster,
Yeah,
right?
I believe.
Him
And
Yeah.
Deuce Vaughn.
5'5",
Deuce Vaughn.
Vaughn.
yeah.
Shout out Deuce Vaughn.
Yeah,
Shout out
and
Deuce
the
Vaughn.
Eagles, they added Saquon Barkley, which is a huge
Yeah.
addition to that
Yes,
offense.
Huge. I
And
forgot
then
about
their,
that.
their secondary was horrible last year. That was like their problem. And they
Yeah.
brought in Cooper DeJean and Quinyon
Did,
Mitchell.
didn't they get Gardner Johnson back this year too?
Yeah, they did. I forgot
Yeah,
about that.
yeah.
And they got some more.
He might be
linebacker
better
help.
in his old team,
Yeah.
so.
They scare me. Eagles, I think, are the biggest threat to
To
the
the
Niners.
Niners, to beat
I
the
still feel like
Niners.
the Packers are the biggest threat. in my
Packers, really?
opinion.
Did you said the Packers
I think
were
it's the
going to win their
Bears.
division? You said, Jay?
If the Bears make the playoffs, they can beat the Niners or anybody.
I
You,
mean-
Would you ask me again? I'm not going to address that because that's a cold take.
You said the Packers were going to win the division, right?
Yes.
That's what you think? And then Lions, too? Lions
Wait,
second?
so Lions
Yeah.
second. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm making sure. I was just wondering because I didn't know if I heard you say it.
No, yeah, I still think the Packers are just that team that we have to go through.
Yeah.
Because I feel like after all they done to us with what was it? It wasn't divisional because that was the Lions.
no, it was divisional.
it was-
the conference
yeah.
was the Lions. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just feel like after all we saw from the Packers, I feel like they kind of know our scheme already.
Mhm.
So I really feel like that's the team that we have to get through.
You guys always beat them though. That's why I
We
like
always
the
beat-
Niners.
That's the crazy, but we always
Oh,
beat. 'em.
we can't beat
Yeah.
them, so it's like I can't really say anything. But
What about second in NFC West? Because I think we can all agree
yeah,
Niners,
Niners
are
100%.
gonna be first. I think
Rams
really
Rams are going to
anybody-
be tough though. I think the Rams.
Yeah.
This is their last year of being really good,
mhm.
but because Matt Stafford and Cooper Kupp are going to decline, but I think it's going to be the Niners 100%.
Cardinals.
Cardinals.
I
What?
with Kyler Murray back this year and they added Marvin Harrison.
Their defense though.
Their defense.
That's
is
why they'll be
so bad.
probably third in my opinion.
And I think the Seahawks will be pretty good this year too. They're gonna
Seahawks
be-
do have
I feel
really
like we always
good
struggle
and
with
young.
this.
If
D-line.
if
Yeah,
they
we
if
do.
they run
Yeah.
through Kenneth Walker and he doesn't get hurt, Seahawks could be dangerous.
Geno Smith, we got to see what Geno Smith does in the bounce
Yeah.
back year. No
Yeah.
more. Remember,
And
no more Pete Carroll.
JSN.
No more Pete
No
Carroll.
more Pete Carroll. That's
Who
true.
they get? Mike McDonald, right? The Ravens
I
defense.
believe
Yeah,
so,
I think
yeah.
so. Yeah.
So like their defense is gonna be pretty elite this year.
Yeah.
They're gonna try and build the culture of
Yeah.
Legion of Boom again.
Legion of Boom.
Yeah.
Did they draft anyone this year? Did they have a first round pick?
Yes, I think they did have a first round
They
pick. I
took
don't
a
remember
defensive
who
player, I think.
Who they drafted.
Yeah, they're
but
just trying to build that D line.
Yeah. So I don't know.
they have a good young D. I think it was it Byron Murphy? No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Byron
I think
Murphy,
so. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a really strong D lineman. He's big too.
Yeah.
But
So what else in the NFC?
what's
division?
NFC South?
NFC
NFC
South.
South.
Oof.
It's always a fight. It's always a
Yeah,
fight. It's always a
but
fight.
Of like between
Hey,
mid.
Of mid.
Baker. He's gonna win the division again.
What?
I don't
You think
think
so?
Baker's gonna be good this year.
I don't think so.
Really?
No.
They lost their offensive coordinator to the Panthers, who is like really. Do you know what I'm talking about? Canales.
Yeah.
I think I know. Yeah.
I know he's like. I mean, he changed Baker Mayfield's. He was the offensive coordinator for Geno, I believe, when he broke out. So I really do have a lot of high hopes for Bryce Young this year. I don't think he's gonna win the division or
No,
nothing.
me neither.
For that, I'll probably go Falcons.
Oh
For
yeah.
number one.
I think it's got.
I forgot about the Falcons. Yeah, probably
Kirk.
with Kirk,
Is Kirk gonna be
Bijan.
ready for Week 1 though? Because we did
Yeah.
see the Raheem
Yeah.
Morris was like, "Oh, Michael Penix is ready. I don't need to see
Yeah.
anything more." But like,
mean,
we
Penix
do
is still
need
pretty
to see
good.
more of Michael Penix.
Yeah.
It's Michael Penix. Like he's a rookie. We got to see more.
I wish they didn't take Penix
Yeah.
in the first round. Though.
Yeah.
They could have. They could have been.
They're
such a
trying to
better
be the
team.
Packers. They're trying to do the Packers thing.
I know.
That's
But
a
you're gonna
top
do
10
with
pick,
a
though.
24-year-old
Yeah, that's tough.
quarterback. when he
Yeah.
just signs Kirk Cousins.
I mean,
for
their
like 100 mil?
defense has gotten better. I mean, they just added Matt Judon the other day.
And
they need
they
an
signed
edge.
Justin Simmons.
Oh yeah, Judon.
Yeah, they got Judon.
And Simmons.
Wow.
Justin
Yeah, and
Simmons in the
Justin
secondary.
Simmons,
That's
yeah.
gonna be tough. Him and
Jesse Bates.
Jesse Bates,
Bates,
yeah.
yeah.
I'm a big Jesse Bates guy.
I like
big
it.
Jesse
Yeah,
Bates.
it'll probably be the Falcons.
But Darnell Mooney as well on the offense. They signed him from the Bears.
Still have Drake London, Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, Drake London, Kyle Pitts,
Is this-
Bijan Robinson.
Yeah, and they still have Algier.
Yeah.
Is this the year Pitts breaks out?
No.
No.
Honestly,
He's a pumpkin.
Kirk does love his tight
Yeah,
ends.
Yeah.
Hawkinson.
Yeah,
Hawkinson
Hawkinson broke
flourished.
out for Minnesota.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know though. He's just. I feel like he might have gone so downhill because of the system he was in. I don't know if he can come back now. But
Yeah,
I
we'll
do
see. They
hope.
got a new coach and everything.
I do hope. But
And-
Bijan's gonna be the best running back in the league. In my
Yeah.
opinion. I think he's gonna be the best. Listen, he's gonna be the best running back in the league aside from Christian McCaffrey. Aside from Christian
Okay.
McCaffrey. I'm not gonna
I like
go
that take.
completely
No, I
off
like
the
that
rails.
take.
I like Bijan a lot.
I think
so.
Bijan is gonna just completely take off from week one. Week one, he's gonna go. He's just gonna go off. There's no one really to rival him for running back 2 spot, in my opinion. I don't think.
Brees Hall?
Brees Hall is good, but
Brees,
I like
yeah,
Brees
they're gonna
Brees is
pass
really
a lot.
good.
I think they're gonna pass a
they
lot.
are, but
I think the Falcons are gonna run a lot because it's Bijan Robinson.
Brees is a good receiving
Very, very
running
good.
back, and you got
So
Rodgers.
both of them are, yeah.
Yeah,
Loves the short passes to
Yeah,
he
back.
does.
So
He
he's
does,
getting
yeah.
pressure.
I
Yeah.
think he'll be nice.
Ooh,
this
he
year.
will be nice. Brees Hall in
And
the
then
open
Jameer.
field. He's scary. Jameer Gibbs is a
I
backup
think that's
still.
like that
That's tough.
second tier.
That's
you know?
tough. He'll
Now,
be there.
who do we think is gonna win that division with the Jets, Patriots, Dolphins, Bills?
I'm taking the Dolphins.
Really?
I go with the Dolphins.
I don't know, man.
After the season
I
that
don't believe in
if the
Tua.
Jets don't have like major injuries,
I'm taking the Jets as well.
I think the Jets.
really,
I don't
Yeah.
know
I
if
just
the
feel like
Jets-
if Tua
They just
has
got
to
Mike
be,
Williams.
Tua has to be on his game, and if Tyreek just after this past season that Tyreek just had,
100%.
I feel like the Dolphins really could make that leap to win that division.
Jalen Waddle.
you said who?
OBJ.
The Jets?
LBJ, he's whack.
Oh yeah.
Jalen
Come
Waddle?
on, man.
I'll take Jalen Waddle.
OBJ, he's a little old, but
He's very old. He's
Yeah.
very old.
Yeah.
he's a
His hip
washed.
does not move.
Yeah, he had like 400 yards last year.
Yeah.
I got Braxton Berrios over him right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right,
Oh
right
my
now, right
gosh.
now, obviously.
Me too.
I know, but still, that's still kind of crazy. I don't know. It's just hard to.
It's hard to say OBJ's washed.
Yeah, because OBJ in the
Yeah.
aura, like, oh, no,
Yeah.
let's get
Aura,
real
I don't care about none of that.
No, but I think that because the Jets have a solid defense too.
They
What
do.
about
And
the
they have
Bills?
Robert Saleh
What
as
about
their
the
head
Bills?
coach.
That's my pick.
You think the Bills?
I think so.
Really?
Yeah. I think they still got an elite
They got
defense.
Josh Allen. They got
Josh
Josh
Allen.
Allen.
I like Keon Coleman a lot. I think their receivers are better this year than they
Than
were last year.
even without Stephon
Yeah,
Diggs.
Diggs, they're gonna be better without Diggs.
But he-
is
You think
what
so?
I do.
He's a cancer, isn't he?
Who? Diggs? A little bit.
Yeah.
Now,
I think
now
Bill-
don't forget what y'all are saying about Stephon Diggs right now when we talk about the Texans, because everybody's gonna be glazing the Texans because they got that acquisition. But I just want y'all to remember what y'all talking about Diggs right
Don't
now.
worry, I'm not gonna glaze the Texans. I'm gonna glaze the Chargers, but we'll get there.
Chargers?
Okay.
Wait,
We'll
Wow.
get there. We'll get there.
Okay.
I want to go to that right now. What is that? AFC West, right?
Yeah,
AFC
AFC West
West.
with Broncos.
Wait, we didn't talk about
Raiders.
the last team in the division?
Patriots?
AFC Patriots.
Yeah, yeah, it's always.
What about Drake May?
What
How's
is
Drake May gonna do?
Drake May.
I think Brissett starts.
Yeah, he will. But how do you think? When do you think Drake May will get into the game?
when he
May
gets
is, like,
benched.
He's super raw,
So
Yeah.
yeah,
As a
and
as a
he
raw
doesn't have a
prospect.
good
I'm not a
supporting
big
cast around
on
him.
Drake May either, but I think he will produce eventually. Not this year, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah, this isn't the Patriots are like 3 years away, like
Yeah.
from even contending from anything. But
they
They're-
really
they're
only
bottom
have
feeder.
Ramondre
Yeah.
Stevenson and I guess Demario Douglas as a receiver, but he's all right.
yeah,
So
let's talk about the Chargers.
Yeah.
So the reason why I'm gonna glaze the Chargers a little bit is because they just brought in a new head coach. I hated their
Oh, wow.
head coach that the Chargers had, but
Oh
now
my
he's
gosh.
one of our guys over at San Francisco. But Jim Harbaugh, I feel like he's a great coach when it comes to like being a quarterback coach. And who's their quarterback? Justin Herbert.
Yeah,
He's a great quarterback. I feel like that system that Harbaugh's going to put him in, I feel like that's going to be great.
they're gonna
And
run.
think
They're gonna
about
run.
their defensive side of things. Who do they just bring in for a coach? Navarro Bowman.
Yeah.
Potential Hall of Fame inside linebacker right there.
Bowman's
So
moving
I-
the needle?
Man,
I guess he wasn't there.
so I feel like the Chargers is like a little sneaky little underhook for me. I
Who's
feel
gonna
like
throw to? That's what.
Yeah,
That's my biggest thing.
yeah,
with them
that's
is
the same.
You're right.
You got to have Quentin Johnston. Like he has to have a big leap for them
Yeah.
to do anything because it's tough to rebuild when you already have a top 5 quarterback in the league. In my opinion, I think, Justin Herbert's a top 5 quarterback.
Me too. I don't think it's out of the picture to say Quentin Johnson can take that
Yeah,
leap
he can.
this year.
You just got to get his hands right.
I sort of do believe in him to an
Gotta stop
extent.
catching with his body.
yeah.
Remember how many drops he had last year? Ooh, I remember all those.
I know they were bad.
It was
I'm
bad.
playing in my
It was
head right
bad.
now.
I think the Chargers are like a 6-11 team this year.
Yeah, I think so.
I
too.
can see like 7 wins.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I can see them being bad, but their O-line's going to be pretty decent because they just drafted Joe Alt.
Joe Alt, yeah.
They got
Man,
the best
Greatest
tackle
alignment of
duo.
all time.
I wish the Niners got him. Corn-fed boy.
The Niners got him? No.
I wish the Niners got him.
He was not
He
falling
wasn't
that far.
Ah,
But who else? Who's going to be the top?
I mean,
It's
come
going
on.
to be the Chiefs.
The Chiefs.
Yeah.
They're three-peating this year. They're going to be the first team. to
Three-peating?
Mahomes is going to, after this year, Mahomes is going to be
The
the
GOAT.
GOAT.
Three-peat's
solidified.
crazy.
I do think he's
Why is it
already the
crazy?
greatest quarterback of all time.
Dude, this is his best team ever. That I think. Like from top to bottom, from offense to
100%.
defense.
Oh, my goodness.
Their defense is juiced. They brought in a deep threat. What's his name? Xavier
Worthy,
right?
yeah.
Rasheed Rice in the slot. Kelsey in the
Marquise
middle of the field.
Brown.
Marquise
Hollywood,
Brown.
that's tough.
Yeah.
It's,
And then you
it's
got
a tough,
Pacheco
tough
on the
trio.
ground. I don't see. And you got Mahomes. Like,
There's not going to be
so
any
why
fall
not?
off, but it's never happened in NFL history, has it? The repeat?
There's never been a Patrick
Never.
Mahomes in the league before.
Good point.
Are you a Niners fan or are you a Chiefs fan?
I am. But after watching my team year in, year out lose to him,
I
I don't know. I don't know anymore. I
That
mean,
was probably my biggest hate watch of the year. I'm not gonna
I
lie.
still get flashbacks
I did
to
not want to see
2012.
the Niners celebrate at all.
Yeah.
It's just because I live in the city.
I
But
don't want to talk about my game.
Who do you guys think gets second in that division though? Broncos or Raiders?
Not the Raiders. I'll
What?
take the Broncos.
I'll say the
Really?
Raiders.
I think the Raiders.
I think the Raiders might be.
the Raiders. It's got to be the Raiders,
Hey.
man. It's got to be the Raiders.
I'm a Bo Nix believer.
Oh, Nick.
Do you see what he's doing in the preseason?
Throwing
Yeah.
5-yard,
No,
5-yard checkdowns.
He can run the ball too, though.
He can.
And with Sean Payton as the head coach, like I don't think Sean Payton's a bad head coach.
I don't either.
And
But
the,
he's a Drew
the
Brees
defense
merchant,
is
but
still
I'm not
pretty
going
good.
to.
I like the Raiders' offense this year.
Gardner
They got
Minshew is a
weapons.
question mark, but
Yeah.
I'm fine with everything else.
Did y'all see that who did they pass on? I forgot. I saw a post on who the Raiders passed on for a quarterback and they kept Garoppolo. I think it was CJ Stroud. They had a potential to get CJ Stroud,
Oh, man.
but they passed on him and they kept Garoppolo.
Last year.
They
Yeah,
could've-
last year.
yeah.
Because they were pretty high up. I think they were picking 7th, and they could have
Oh,
traded up.
that's right.
yeah.
I like the Raiders a lot more than the Niners because I like them a lot more. I don't know why. But I do respect the Raiders a lot. I've always respected the Raiders. I respect the fans. I feel bad for the Raiders fans because they haven't seen anything. They're like the Bears fans of the AFC, in my opinion. They haven't seen any good quarterback play except for Derek Carr in 2016 before he broke his ankle. But I just think that the Raiders are going to be good this year. I think Devontae Adams because Gardner Minshew is going to throw the ball up. He's not going to be Jimmy Garoppolo. He's not going to be Aiden O'Connell. He's going to throw the ball up to Devontae Adams, and he's going to moss some people. And Brock Bowers, best tight end in the last 5 years.
Best?
Drafted, yeah.
Drafted?
Yeah, drafted,
Okay.
yeah.
Best drafted tight end.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Ever.
best
Ever,
prospect.
probably,
yeah.
yeah.
Best
Brock
prospect.
Bowers is
100%.
nice.
Napa
He'll
legend.
be
Yeah.
top. He'll be a top 3 tight end by the end of the season. I'm telling you that. I think so.
Really?
I think so. He's nice.
And
like
their
that.
defense.
But Mark Andrews, we can't leave out Mark Andrews. But
Who'd they bring in from Miami this year? You know what I'm talking about?
On defense?
Yeah, it was.
Oh,
on the
Christian
edge.
Wilkins.
Christian Wilkins.
Yeah.
he's
yeah.
the interior
They're
lineman.
gonna be
Yeah.
nice. I like the Raiders this year.
Ooh, Max Crosby's. Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Don't
Max
Get
Crosby,
me
yeah.
salivating over the defense, man. I love defense. I
got you
love the
going.
Raiders. Man. I like the Raiders. I think Tyree Wilson's gonna get a big leap. I'm not a Raiders fan. I'm a Bears fan, but that's my team on the AFC.
Wipe that drawer a little bit, brother.
Yeah.
I'm a wipe the Raiders when they win the championship eventually. They're gonna draft They're gonna draft Shadur Sanders.
Shadur.
Next year, and they're gonna win. And they're gonna win the AFC.
Okay.
Next year. Book it. Raiders.
Lock it.
Raiders
Lock it.
next
Lock
year
it.
winning the
Crazy.
AFC. Telling you that right now.
I think Shadur's a better rapper than a.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
man.
true.
I don't know.
Perfect time. Like,
Yeah,
come on.
What else is there in the AFC?
What is the AFC? AFC
didn't we cover?
North. AFC North.
That-
Probably the second best division. That's Bengals.
I mean, I got Ravens.
The Ravens
you know.
winning the
I like
division.
the Ravens are my Raiders for you. I love the Ravens a
Understandable.
lot. I love Lamar.
I think the Bengals won the division.
Really?
Really?
I understand it.
With
It's
Burrow coming back.
And
That's
he's
Joe
got
Shiesty, brother.
the Slim
See,
Shady.
That's Joe
uh,
Shiesty,
Yeah.
brother.
He's got the Slim Shady cut now. He's got the bleach
Yeah,
hair.
and their defense is still pretty solid. They've got a pretty good O-line.
I don't know if their defense is gonna be good. They lost DJ Reader. They got Trey. Who's their edge? Trey Hendrickson.
He might get traded.
Yeah, and
I
I've
heard some
he's gonna get
rumors
traded.
that the Bears
yeah.
might get him, but let me stop.
And I don't know who's on that secondary anymore. I know they do have some good corners, is what I've heard.
Yeah.
Like, people underrated, but I don't know their names.
I
They're not
think
gonna win
I think
this.
Burrow has a comeback year this year and wins.
It's
Playoffs.
just the Ravens.
I think he gets
have-
comeback player of the year.
He got a bad
Okay,
injury.
yeah. I think so.
He had a bad wrist injury.
Yeah, but like,
and it's
it's Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow. Come
He
on,
just
man.
got
Joe
so much
Burrow.
aura.
Or
Yeah,
man,
matter.
get him
Yeah.
out of here. Right? Come
He's
on.
ice cold. He doesn't care about that injury.
Okay, no, but on all seriousness, Ravens got to win division because of Derrick Henry. Based off of that, adding to that, and even if he doesn't do as well, so what? They were a great rushing offense without him. They're going to be a great rushing offense with him, and it could be elevated even more with him. And their Zay Flowers, he's going to take a lead. He's going to take a lead. They lost.
I do like the Ravens.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be neck and neck between them and the Bengals.
for sure. What about the Browns?
I don't know. When is Nick Chubb
Joe
come back?
Flacco.
First
Is
week,
he-
right?
He's
Or week
really
three.
starting
Week
this
three?
week?
It's not the first week, but it's like
Yeah,
mid.
it's soon.
You guys think he'll be good?
He'll be all right.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Like, he's how old? 29? Coming
Yeah.
off of it. That was a nasty injury.
Yeah, that was tough.
Ooh.
Oh, was
I mean,
that
that-
week 2 or week 3? Oh,
Yeah.
man. I was so sad on that.
Their
but-
defense is still pretty good though. The Browns.
Yeah, oh, their defense.
I think it's going to be come down to the quarterback. Who, like, is
Yeah.
Deshaun Watson going to
He sucks.
produce? But I think he's not a top 32 quarterback. I think he's the worst quarterback in the league, in my opinion.
Starting quarterback.
Yeah, worst starting quarterback in the
Really?
league for
Worse
sure.
than Daniel Jones?
Worst, yeah. I think so. Their
That's-
defense carried them throughout the whole season. And Flacco did better than Watson? Yeah, come on. Come on.
That's
What about the Steelers, though? I think they have the most
I like the
intriguing
Steelers,
quarterback
honestly.
room in the league.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of
I hate
Fields
the-
or Russ,
I hate the
but
Steelers.
I
I'm
like
sorry.
everything else about
Yeah.
the Steelers.
Warren and Najee Harris.
Yeah, their
Pickens.
O-line's gonna be nice.
O-line's
Their
pretty good.
defense is gonna be
Yeah.
nice. Tomlin.
Yeah, Tomlin's still the head coach.
Yeah.
They're gonna get 500.
Yeah,
Fields.
They'll probably get third in the
I
division.
think you got. Who do you think is gonna should be the starter? Who do you think should be the starter?
Russ.
for a quarterback.
Fields.
Yeah.
Russ. Russ is just
I have to stick with Russ. I feel
Veteran.
like that's also good for Fields because he gets behind someone who's as great as Russ. He can develop under him. Then there we go.
dude, it's year
I-
4. There's no more development.
I think Russ is washed.
You got to start
He's definitely
Fields. There's
washed.
so
I-
much
I
more.
say start
There's
Fields.
more upside with Fields because he's
Yeah.
younger.
Is there though?
And
Yeah.
and Russ is not more athletic. They have the same issues, but who's more athletic in this point of their career? Justin Fields, and he's gonna. And we saw in the preseason game, he's gonna create. We saw it with the Bears. Obviously, I'm a Bears fan, so I want him to succeed. But I think Fields is gonna create more than Russ and pressure in because their offensive line is horrible. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness, like they can't do anything. But I think they'll be the last in the division.
I think the way their offense is constructed too fits Fields better because Fields has a strong
Consciousness.
arm, and Pickens they love the fader out to Pickens, and they can do read option with Warren and Najee Harris easily with Justin Fields. They can't do that with Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. But
I do. I don't think. I think the veteran presence will be important, but at the same time, I think it's that kind of take is overrated. I think veteran presence isn't as, especially for the quarterback position. It's not as like because you could say that for Joe Flacco. It's not gonna say you're not gonna say Joe Flacco is gonna help with DTR. DTR's like progression.
Yeah.
Just because he's old, like you can be terrible at like
Yeah.
Russell has. And he's probably been the most sacked quarterback in the last few years. So I
Better
don't
to
think-
be young.
I don't think. Yeah, I need the upside of Fields.
So you
but
think they're gonna start Fields first?
I don't think they will. I think they're gonna make a mistake and start Russ, but Fields is gonna start eventually. But I think they should start
Like after
Fields.
like
Yeah.
week 1,
I
week
could see
2?
that for sure.
Week 3 probably. Yeah.
Yeah. Is there any other AFC?
I think we covered it all. Yeah.
Did we? I feel like we're missing
Yeah.
one.
AFC West, AFC East, AFC South. What about AFC South? That's the Houston division.
Oh yeah.
Here,
That's a
I'll
good
let y'all
one to talk
glaze.
about.
Go ahead and glaze Houston a little bit.
I'm not glazing nothing.
Colts.
Yep.
I'm a
Yes.
Colts truther too.
Hey.
Hey.
Colts is
Let's
it.
go.
Colts is
Let's
it.
go.
Colts is
Let's
it.
go.
I
Let's
agree.
go.
The Colts.
Anthony Richardson.
Yeah.
The Colts.
Colts,
Yeah,
man.
I mean, they got Steichen,
Yeah.
elite.
Jonathan Taylor
Jonathan Taylor coming back. That's
That was
gonna
a
be
whole
nasty.
lot of
Joshua
glaze.
Downs.
Joshua Downs, bro.
I
with
mean,
Pittman.
There's Pittman, and they got. Adonai Mitchell.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, their offense is gonna be nuts.
Yeah.
They're gonna be tough. I just hope
if
he stays
Richardson
healthy.
just stays healthy,
Yeah.
They're gonna be so
they might
tough.
win that division.
Because they almost won it last year with Gardner Minshew.
Yeah.
And with all due respect to Gardner Minshew, come on. The coach made everything happen.
Mhm.
For sure.
Gave him the easiest route to being a successful quarterback in the league. So it's like you gotta. I think the Colts won't win the division, but I'm high on the division. I hope they win the division, but
I think
Houston's
they get a
tough.
wild card spot in the playoffs.
yeah, I
believe
think
it.
so too.
Most
Houston's tough.
Yeah.
We won't glaze them, but we'll have to talk about Houston Texans. What do y'all think about Houston
I think
Texans?
the reason why I don't have the Texans going first is because of their run game. I'm not a fan
Joe
of Mixon
Mixon.
in 2024.
Yeah.
And they were so run heavy last year with Devin Singletary.
Mhm.
And after getting
He's
rid of
good.
him,
He was good.
he was solid. And I think that's a downgrade going from
Yeah.
Singletary to Mixon.
Really?
And I don't think he could take a whole load like how Singletary can. And then, yeah, I do.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know.
What about Damian Pierce as a
Yeah, I mean, they got Dameon
I
Pierce
want
on-
Damian Pierce to be good. I want him to
Yeah.
be
I
good,
don't
but
know about him either.
he was good 2022 before they got Stroud. But
I think it's a good mix, but they'll have a good mix between Pierce and Mixon.
we also
because-
got to remember their defense too. But
Yeah. But I mean, Mixon, he'll be good in the pass game, like on the flat.
100%,
Pass
yeah.
blocking, he's
Yeah.
still pretty good.
Burrow and stuff.
And Pierce, he's a power back.
Mhm.
If you need
Third
a
down.
3rd-and-1 situation, and you're gonna run the ball, give it to Pierce.
Yep.
He'll probably fight for extra yards and get the first down. They'll have a good balance. They don't have a set running back one.
Yeah.
What
But
about
they'll have a
Tank
good
Dell? What
balance.
about how do y'all think about their wide receiver core? I know that's a big thing this offseason. So
I think. Well, how about start bench cut between the three on
Okay.
who's going to get the most
Okay.
receiving yards?
Nico Collins?
Collins one.
me too.
It's easy for you guys.
Yeah.
He was really good
100%.
last year.
It was nice.
Him and Stroud they're connected.
Yeah.
It's that 1-2 duo.
Yeah.
I'm starting. Let's go around. I'm starting Nico for most yards, and then I'm benching Tank Dell, and then I'm cutting Stephon Diggs.
I think I got the same list.
I completely
Honestly.
agree.
Yeah, I think Diggs he's gonna be a good
I
receiver.
hate
too.
cutting Diggs though, because
Yeah.
he's so talented, and he was so good in Buffalo.
He'll have issues. He'll have issues.
He just has issues.
Tank Dell's playing week
I
one,
think
right?
he's gonna be so
Uh,
good.
yeah,
great.
he's a
Yeah.
dog, man.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
I mean, he was their best receiver
Deep threat.
between him and Nico
Yeah.
Yeah.
before he got injured. So,
Yeah.
It was tough.
yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know. I am excited to see. I think we didn't talk about the Jaguars either, who
Nah,
I think might be kind of solid.
they will be tough.
honestly. I still believe in T-Law.
What
Their
year is it for-
receivers
what year is
are.
it for T-Law right now?
He just got a new contract
Yeah.
too, so
Yeah.
Biggest contract
year
in
4, I
NFL
believe.
history.
Yeah. I mean, I don't like their receivers,
I think
They lost Calvin Ridley.
Calvin Ridley. Yeah,
and they
still
I mean,
got
they have ETN
Kirk.
at
They
running
have
back,
Kirk,
but
right? They have Christian Kirk.
Christian Kirk.
and they have Evan Ingram at tight end, but
They
they don't.
drafted Brian Thomas,
Yeah.
Thomas Jr., who I think will be pretty good.
Yeah.
with him and T-Law.
Yeah,
So I don't think they'll be horrible.
I think
It's
they'll
just
be
their
decent. Yeah,
I think they
Sucks.
get third in the division.
yeah, I think so too. What about
Who
4? Who's 4?
Titans.
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 I kind of like the Titans too. I think I like what they did in the offseason, bringing in
Yeah.
Snead.
And Will Levis probably gonna progress.
They still got
Levis
Hopkins.
will
Mhm.
hopefully get better.
Yeah.
And then I know
Didn't
they
Ridley
brought
go
in a
there
lot more.
too?
Yeah, Ridley.
Yeah, Ridley's there. Yeah.
Uh,
They got Pollard in the backfield with.
We just gotta see Will Levis. We gotta see what Will
Yeah.
Levis can
Yeah.
do. And they lost Derrick Henry, obviously, but
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. But I like their backup.
They have Pollard and
Spears.
Tyjae
Yeah,
Spears. Yeah.
And then
Tough.
they also got that corner from the Saints. Paul, oh, I don't even want to pronounce his name. But I know he's good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
I think
I know
think
he's
I
nice.
do. Yeah.
I know he's nice.
We didn't talk about the Saints at all. They need to. It doesn't matter because they're gonna be bad, but
Nothing to talk about.
their defense is gonna be good. I think.
I think
Their
the
Kool-Aid
Saints-
McKinstry.
Yeah, I do
Kool-Aid.
like Kool-Aid.
They need to get Olave out of there.
Yeah.
I feel bad for Olave.
They just gotta go with Spencer. I think at this time you gotta go with Spencer Rattler. You gotta trade away Derek
You
Carr.
have to.
No, let's go with what? I'm a big Spencer Rattler fan, for some reason.
Really?
For some reason, I just like
It's just
Spencer
a feeling.
Rattler.
Just a feeling.
But I just think that they got why not? But their owners will never do it, so it's like
Yeah.
Yeah.
they'll never
I
do
don't
it.
know. I think the Saints are the worst team to be a fan of in 2024.
I think
That's
so.
tough.
They're
Giants.
so painfully mid. I mean, Giants, at least you know you're getting a QB next year. At least you can watch
That
neighbors
is
develop
yeah
in the D-line.
true. Yeah.
I mean, they got Olave and who else?
Derek Carr.
Derek
ugh.
Carr. They hate Derek Carr.
I know they hate him.
You still got
I've seen it.
Kamara.
Kamara.
Watch Kamara.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alvin Kamara in Big 2024.
Yeah.
Fantasy
Insane
football
work.
merchant.
Yeah.
Not moving
Yeah.
For sure.
Getting 10
sure.
receptions a game.
Yeah, come
he
on
won't be in
now.
the league, so actually, shout out Kamara.
Respect it.
I went to the Niners preseason game last Sunday, and it was against the Saints.
Yeah. How'd you feel about Rattler?
Rattler? I mean, he was okay, I guess. He was like,
Man,
I don't know.
he's got a good opportunity.
Yeah, he was better than Carr out there, honestly.
Derek Carr thinks
You want to know who the best quarterback on the field was? Josh Dobbs.
Yeah.
NASA agent, bro.
Yeah. Pastronaut.
Yeah.
No, he was fun to watch, actually.
There's some crazy takes I saw online. Like people are saying, like start him over.
Yeah,
Come on.
yeah.
We're already starting with the antics of Josh Dobbs being.
Just people that see clips on Instagram or TikTok, or whatever, and be like, "Oh, he had a crazy play. He should start." You know.
He played the backup.
Yeah, it's preseason. We all got to remember it's preseason.
Yeah.
For the first drive.
It's the preseason. We can't.
Yeah.
It's not too bad.
No other starters.
The contract situation stuff with Ayuk.
Yeah, I feel like that's just our biggest problem.
If you do trade him, where do you think he should go?
Yeah, he's only gonna go Steelers. It's the only place he can go. I want Pickens. And that's
you're
trade.
not getting Pickens.
I know, but I want him.
Who
If
would
we
you
can get
get,
Amari
though?
Cooper, they can get Amari Cooper.
Like picks.
get Amari Cooper.
I would do that for sure. It was Cooper in a second and a fifth round pick.
Yeah.
For just
Should have took it.
I wish we did.
But pay the man. Pay the man. Pay him.
We got no money.
Pay him.
We got
everything.
nothing to pay him.
We want to pay him just a little short, but we're still
trade
gonna
away
pay him.
Devo. Simple.
No.
Get him out of here.
Don't trade away Devo.
We're not.
Why?
He's a captain of that offense.
I guess him and Trent Williams doing.
He fed that comeback.
And stuff.
He started that comeback against the Lions when he had a huge downfield pass from Purdy.
That was Ayuk actually.
No, it was Debo
off the helmet.
No.
Before the Debo
On the
pass.
dig over the middle, Debo caught it and he got a little bit yards after catch.
Yeah.
And he started to be like, let's go. He's the energy feeder for the offense. I don't think they should trade him.
I think they should. But you got. Who cares? Look, I want production over vibes. Like if we did that, we would have kept Fields.
How the Patriots won all their Super Bowls?
Production.
They were straight. They were straight focused on one goal. They didn't have the best talent in the league.
I don't know. Their defense is pretty nice.
Not on the offensive end, though.
Every single year.
Not on the offensive end.
I have to agree a little bit with you.
I'm talking about like recent Patriots.
He's a fan favorite, but who, bro?
No, recent Patriots.
Are you?
I mean,
at one point I was like, we have to trade away Debo, put Ricky in his spot, pay Brandon Ayuk.
And you already have another Debo with CMC, but better.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I can agree with that extent. So
he's just a fan favorite. I know. Boo hoo. It's same with Klay Thompson with the Warriors. We're not getting to NBA, but it's like fan favorite.
Debo's not going 0 for 10 playing them.
I think Debo produced better than Ayuk last year.
No, he didn't. We had top 5 production from Ayuk with bottom 10 like targets. Like it was. He had less than 100 targets. Like,
I'd say Ayuk had a better year.
And he didn't have as many targets. I feel like if we gave Ayuk
he was
the ball
top
more,
5 in receiving yards, I believe. So.
Yeah.
Who?
Ayuk.
Top 5 in receiving
Really?
yards? He was?
Yeah. He was tough.
Really?
Yeah.
Wasn't he on the All-Pro second team?
Yeah, he was tough. That's Ayuk. You gotta keep Ayuk.
But Debo missed like how much games? Like
2?
6?
2.
No.
It was like 2.
No, he
no
missed.
way. It was only.
It was like 4.
It wasn't too much to like, and Ayuk missed 1 game, but
yeah.
You gotta keep Ayuk. But even though it's a lot of money, it's the same thing with CeeDee Lamb. But
and the only thing is, if they pay Ayuk, they can't pay Lenore.
Trent, you can't pay Trent.
You probably won't be able
We'd
to pay
have to
Trent.
let Hufunga walk.
Travarius Ward is someone that has to get paid at some point too.
We need to pay Ward. We can't let
Ward go. We can't let Lenore go. That's
Lenore,
I feel like that's
Lenore's
part
a dog.
Lenore is like my.
See, if you want to talk about vibes, that's the guy right there.
Lenore.
That's a guy. He's bringing a whole him and Greenlaw. They're the biggest dogs on the team.
Yeah.
They're those two and Williams.
That Eagles game, they fed that defense.
The strongest dudes on it. Like they're gonna will the team if you need it. Like they're not gonna be like die down just because they're losing. Like it's the same way with the conference championship, but it's gonna come down to the Purdy.
What do you guys have for Super Bowl predictions?
Chiefs over
man, y'all gonna hate me.
Niners.
Y'all gonna hate me, bro.
Niners versus Ravens.
Y'all gonna hate me, bro.
You remember my take last year?
What?
How I said that we were going to get the Chiefs and we lost.
Oh.
So I'm taking the Ravens.
Yeah.
We're going to do it against the Ravens. That's where it's going to be at.
Beat the Ravens.
I think
matchup.
I think
They did cook us on Christmas.
They're not gonna beat Mahomes, man. Did not beat Mahomes. The
one's
Ravens
beat
aren't
Mahomes.
beating Mahomes.
I
Look,
don't think the Niners go back this year.
me neither. This is what I'm gonna say. You're gonna hate me. I'm taking the Chicago Bears.
All right, that's where we wrap it up.
The Chicago Bears. Listen,
I think the Eagles go back.
Nick Wright already discussed
You
this.
have to give it to him.
Nick Wright discussed this on his show, and I'm not sure if y'all are aware of Nick Wright, but he's always correct. He's always right.
No,
He's always
no.
right about the Chiefs. He's always right about the Chiefs, even though he's a Chiefs fan. But
wasn't right
I'm
about
gonna have
Purdy.
the same respect with the Chiefs as the Bears. I think it's gonna be Chiefs Bears. We're gonna lose. Three-peat Mahomes. I got persuaded by Drew, and it's gonna be Mahomes three-peat.
I think it's Eagles Chiefs rematch. Eagles win.
Eagles, Chiefs.
Caleb Williams is gonna be the best quarterback in the conference next year.
Who?
Caleb Williams will be
In the whole NFC.
in the whole NFC.
Maybe.
Right off the bat,
Right now.
I'm so
Love.
sorry. I'm so
Jordan Love,
sorry.
Jalen Hurts, Purdy.
Dude, I think.
Jordan Love might be the best. Not gonna lie. He might be
Yeah.
the best next year.
I think it's Jordan
If
Love.
somehow
It might
the
be Jordan Love. Oh, that's tough.
I think Caleb could pass Hurts by like this
100%.
really
So, yeah, I
Yes.
think so.
Dude,
Hurts. Oh
Caleb-
my goodness. Hurts got lucky that one 2023 run. Lost his O line. Oh, lost Kelsey. Let's not forget.
No more tush push.
Yeah. Let's
That's
get
true,
Hurts. They're still gonna be a good team because they got Saquon but the coaching is just not good with
Yeah.
Sirianni, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Their defense might be a little better coached.
Defense
Yeah.
for
They
sure.
brought in that
Um,
old head.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Fangio. That was our
Fangio.
old
Fangio, yeah.
coordinator at
Yeah.
one point. And we got rid of him because we're
He's
the
on the
Bears. so.
Bears, really?
Yeah, that's with the 2018 defense.
Really?
Yeah, that's why we were so good.
Yeah.
Dang.
But the Bears did the Bears things, and we
Yeah.
got rid of him.
Let him walk.
I hate Matt Nagy. That's one of my team. But yeah,
All right, before we end it off, I just want to go through a couple things. Who do you think is going to be the coach of the year next year?
Coach of the year. Let me get defense on
Steichen. I think the Colts head coach Steichen.
It might be Steichen.
Yeah.
It,
Because if
who
they
won it
have a,
last year? Who won it last year? The Houston coach, right?
Yeah.
did he?
Yeah,
The Niners?
I think he did.
Was
D'Amico Ryans?
D'Amico Ryans, yeah.
yes.
I think he would, but I think this year it's tough. I think it will be Shane Steichen though.
Well, that's a good spot.
I think so.
I'm just trying to think of teams that I'm like super high
I
on.
think the Panthers could have a huge bounce back year, but they're not going
Not
to win
enough
enough
to win.
games. Not going to win enough
if the
games.
Falcons turn out pretty good,
Oh, Raheem Morris.
Raheem Morris could be.
They would have to
a
win
candidate.
like 11 games, 10 games. Like I don't think they could win 11 games.
And it's possible.
They
I don't
can.
think
That's.
They
I think
can.
that's their ceiling. 12 or
I
11
think they
games is their
can. They
ceiling.
can sweep their whole division. I think so.
Yeah.
But
Maybe,
they won't.
yeah.
They won't. They won't. But
Yeah.
I think they can. It will be Shane Steichen in my opinion, though, for sure.
Yeah.
I agree. I'd actually agree.
Who is the Panthers head coach?
Canales, right?
I think he's just offensive
Oh
coordinator.
wow.
I
Wait,
think.
who is it?
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I wouldn't know.
I think the
but
Panthers could be up there, but
yeah. The floor maybe.
If the Vikings somehow turn out good, you give it to O'Connell.
O'Connell.
Yeah.
I respect
Just
it.
because of how much adversity they've gone through.
I feel like that's what the situation was with the Colts last year. I think that's why Steichen should have won it last year because of how good they were. I think that last game for the division, you remember how the Colts against the Texans, I think
Yeah.
that game determined
Yeah.
Coach of the Year.
Mhm.
But I think Steichen should have won it last year with it, given the circumstances, but they
Yeah.
gave it to D'Amico Ryans because of the rookie quarterback
Hey,
thing. But
Of course.
yeah.
Stefanski should. I think should have won it last
Really?
year.
Yeah,
Oh, with
he
Flacco?
did.
Did
Yeah.
Flacco win comeback player of the year or whatever?
did.
Comeback?
Yeah.
And that's crazy. Whoever bet on
Tamar Hamlin.
Hamlin,
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
tough.
Yeah.
They probably put their whole
That's
house
crazy.
on that.
Yeah.
Dude, he was like
He should've won it.
confirmed lock.
It's
Yeah, he was a
like,
confirmed
should've-
lock at the start of the year.
Oh,
Then
man,
Flacco
that's tough.
Came off
Yeah.
the couch.
That was
And
the
one
craziest
comeback player of the
storyline
year.
ever.
Yeah.
But what about MVP? Or do you want to do that last? Let's do that last.
Want to do that last?
Yeah,
so,
let's do that
Rookie of the year?
offensive player of the year?
Yeah.
Offense player of the year. Okay.
Player of the year, probably
Jordan Love.
a quarterback.
Yeah.
Quarterback.
Nah.
Wait,
Bijan.
quarterbacks
There's
don't
gonna
win,
be-
do they?
Bijan.
No.
No,
Bijan.
yeah,
Oh,
they
Bijan?
can.
Bijan's. I think he's up there.
Bijan. I like that.
I'm going CD.
CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Lamb. He's got.
What
he's
team
got
is going to be
something-
on?
He'll still be on the Cowboys. This is
Nah,
last
I
We
think
year.
got to
those-
know what team
This
he's
is
going
last
to be
year on
on.
the Cowboys. He's gonna play.
Yeah.
He's gonna ball out. He's gonna earn that contract, however much money it is. This year means something.
I think
to
if
CD.
Ayuk ends up signing a contract and gets more volume, Ayuk could be up there.
You have to trade away Debo to do that, though. I'm just letting you know. To get more volume, too, you have to trade away. He won't do it. That's why I believe that Ayuk should not go back to the Niners. I think he even though you're not going to have as much of a chance to win the Super Bowl, you're setting yourself up for the future to get paid more money. If you go like somewhere like the Patriots or the Steelers, you get more money and you get more production. You might not win games like that, but let's be honest. Is Ayuk really like gonna? He would have already signed a contract if that was his first priority. To keep it 100%.
Sure. Yeah.
Ayuk would have, but back to the offensive player of the year. I think it'd be Bijan. I have to agree.
Yeah.
I have to agree. I'm high on Bijan. I think he'll be tough. I like the Jordan Love pick, but they don't pick the for.
I don't know.
I think that's a good preview of what I'm going to pick.
I think if Jefferson stays healthy this year too,
Really?
him and Sam Darnold. I think Sam Darnold's gonna throw picks.
Yeah.
He's gonna turn the ball over, but
100%.
he's gonna have a
Ooh,
connection
Jefferson,
with Jefferson. I think.
He'll throw it up. He will
Yeah.
throw it up. He'll have
'Cause he's
400
got an
yard
arm.
games.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
believe in Sam Darnold.
I do. Too.
I do.
Didn't Jordan Addison get hurt in practice? Oh, that's
Yeah, he hurt his
tough.
shoulder or something. Yeah.
Is
Yeah,
he-
that's tough.
He's not like suspended at all for nothing.
I don't know.
He's just
That whole
playing
situation is
week
weird.
one.
I think it's
Yeah.
still like in the courts or whatever.
Okay, what about defensive player of the year?
Max Crosby.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that pick.
I mean, he's gonna have
I
the
gotta
most
think
help he's
about it.
ever had on the D line. Their defense in general is gonna be good. They're single-handedly gonna win that offense in games.
For sure, they're gonna win
Yeah.
at least 8 games in my opinion. I think
Yeah.
they'll have a decent.
I think if the Jets defense ends up being a top 3 defense, Sauce is considered.
I'm thinking Sauce. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be
When
nice.
I think the last time a corner won it was Stephon Gilmore, right?
Yeah.
It's
Their
tough on
defense
him
could
to
have that kind of year though, like the Patriots had when Stephon Gilmore won it, and Sauce would be the leader of that defense.
I think this year would be Micah's year. I think
Micah
it would be
Parsons?
Micah Parsons' year.
Parsons?
Micah Parsons, I think he's been third, if I'm not mistaken, the past few years.
Yeah.
I think just the volume he'll have will just exceed, and TJ Watt is always going to be a
Yeah. Myles Garrett too. He's always
yeah.
up there.
Myles Garrett. I think it should have been TJ last year, but
Yeah.
it's fine.
Trevor
I
Warner?
think it'll be
I was thinking that,
no.
but the middle linebackers never win it.
No.
Who was the last?
He'll have to get sacks. They
Yeah.
care so much about sacks for some
Yeah.
reason.
Yeah. Unless he gets like 5 interceptions
Yeah,
on the year.
yeah, or like he'll have to have like 7 as
Yeah.
a linebacker. You have to set a record. In order to really be considered outside of a D lineman, you're gonna have to set a record.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Like especially for Sauce. Like I respect the Sauce pick, but
I don't know.
it's hard to do it as a
Secondary.
corner. It's hard to do it
Yeah.
as a corner, and they really love interceptions for some reason. Like I said, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's a really big one. What's the next
the last one. What,
award?
MVP is the last
No,
one?
there's
Comeback player.
let's do the rookies, the rookie of the years, the defensive rookie of the year and the offensive rookie of the year.
So what do you think is going to be the
Offensive rookie.
offensive rookie of the year?
Marvin Harrison Jr.
Marvin Harrison Jr.?
Yeah. That'd probably be my pick. I like Jane Daniels, but it'll probably be Marvin Harrison. He'll have the volume.
Yeah, I think so too.
It's gonna be Caleb Williams. It's gonna be Caleb Williams.
Caleb.
It's gonna be Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
If he doesn't, it's a disappointment. 100%.
Yeah, I mean, he was the number 1 pick.
He has to, and the team around him. Like I'd understand it if he didn't have such a great team around him, but it's just the offensive weapons he has is so good. It's just impossible to fail.
They just gotta stay healthy though, because you don't know if Keenan's gonna be healthy the whole year.
It doesn't matter if
Yeah.
Keenan's healthy.
They got
To be honest, they
Odunze
got
and-
Odunze.
Yeah.
Komet is an underrated tight end. in my
Komet is
opinion.
pretty good, yeah.
I was thinking Brock Bowers.
I like that
Really?
pick too.
That's a
I was
good
thinking
pick.
Brock Bowers.
Touches for
I like
him?
that one too.
I think they'll give him touches for
I
him.
mean, they'll double
They have
Devontae,
to. They'll have to.
and
They
then
have to.
Bowers will have
He's-
one-on-one.
That's gonna be a good offense in the future. I promise.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot Josh Jacobs left. He went to the Packers.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they have Zamir White. I like Zamir
I
White.
do too.
Yeah.
All right, defensive rookie of the year.
Let me think. Latu?
Mm,
Colts? Edge rusher?
Hey,
it's tough. I like
Yeah,
that one.
maybe.
Who else?
there wasn't a bunch of like good defense
I
players.
like Jared Verse off the
Where'd
Rams.
he go? Oh,
The
Rams.
That's
Yeah.
tough. A good scheme. Good scheme. I don't
Yeah.
know though.
I don't know. You think a corner can win it?
Corners
Sauce
can
won
win it.
Rookie.
Yeah,
Yeah, but there's
And
no
there's a-
sauce.
There's a
Kool-Aid
pretty good
can.
corner class.
Kool-Aid can. Nate.
Kool-Aid, really?
Kool-Aid can.
Maybe.
Where'd
He's
he go?
gonna.
Saints,
He's such a.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's such a good
No,
zone
I
corner,
don't
but he
think
won't
so.
do it. I don't think
Yeah.
so, but he's good.
I like the Latu pick.
Yeah.
I think he's
I do too. I do, but I think it'll be Jared Verse. The Rams have a good scheme and they have
Yeah.
a
yeah.
good rushing scheme, so I think it'll be Jared Verse. But yeah, And the last one, MVP.
MVP.
Patrick Mahomes.
No. Yeah.
They won't give it to him.
Why not?
They'll give him. They're gonna give him the LeBron thing.
Yeah, maybe, but
He's gonna be the best in the league for 10.
20 years.
Yeah, and he's
Hear
not
me
gonna
out
get
on
MVP
this.
every year.
Aaron Rodgers.
No,
Not-
no.
Why not?
Not
If the
because
Jets end
he's-
up doing really good,
He's 40 years old, coming off an
He can
ACL
still.
tear.
That's not. I don't think that's a great argument for him. But come on. He's not gonna do it. He's not gonna do it. He's
I
not
don't
good
know.
enough. He's not good enough.
Yeah.
He's not good enough. That it does
I don't
come.
know.
Age
That's
does. And if he does, I'm gonna cry as a Bears fan. I do not want to see the Jets win. But
be fun.
I think MVP will be Jordan Love. Jordan Love.
Yeah, it's respectable for sure.
yeah.
I'm glazing the Packers because I don't want to.
But I like the Jordan Love pick, though.
I think it's Jordan Love.
I think it's Jordan Love, too.
It's gonna be tough.
Josh Allen.
He's gonna get so many yards. No,
Josh Allen is a good pick.
it's a good pick,
That
but I
could
don't think it'll happen.
He's top 5.
Keon
If the
Coleman is
team
such
is-
a funny guy, but he's not.
If the team
great,
is good
though.
enough, I think Josh Allen could be top 2.
Yeah,
in the-
he'll
in the
have so
voting.
much more load on him now that Diggs is gone. I guess,
Yeah.
but I think it'd be Jordan Love.
I said Jordan Love.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sticking with the Jordan
Yeah.
Love hype.
I
So.
think he'll have
That's fair.
5,000 yards next year. Actually, I think he'll lead the league in passing. 5,000 yards. I think so.
5,000.
Yeah,
That's insane.
it's not.
I think that's a perfect place to end this amazing podcast. This has been the Power Play Podcast. I'm your host, Jaeden Smith, with Mason Flores with his cold takes, Drew Kirby, and the man, the myth, Holden Beers. We'll see you next time. That was cool.
Beers. Holding up a beer?
Yeah, Holden Beers.
Holden Beers.
The exponential growth from the program from my first year to my third year now, that's what keeps me coming back and keeps me excited and just like fulfills me as a person.
It's so impressive, and we every time we walk in here, you guys are doing something different. It's great. It's
Nothing but opportunities here, and we have sports to cover, we have the equipment.
Because the more ambitious you are, the more opportunities you'll have.
on-the-job training is huge.
Get the hands-on experience.
When someone asks who can do it, you can raise your hand and say, I can do it. So.
Joining the class was the best decision I ever made.
Stand by, we're going to go to cut 1. And cut 1. Cross court to Audrey Jones. Audrey for 3! It is good! With 1.3 seconds left on the game clock. Audrey Jones with one of the biggest shots ever.
The sky's the limit, really, with what we can do here.
College just got affordable. Up to 100% of enrollment fees can be reimbursed for first-time college students taking full-time classes. At Solano Community College, we are taking full advantage of this to further your future. With certificate and degree programs in industrial technology, aeronautics, biotechnology, and many others, Solano Community College is a staple for success. For more information, please contact the Financial Aid Office at 707-864-7000.